What up? What is going on today? Been a few days since we checked in last. People are still getting fucking paid during quarantine, that's for sure. And by people, I mean Christian McCaffrey. If your team, your town, your Carolina Panthers. Let's see, I think it was something like 4 years, $16 million a year average, $64 million over 4 years. Well deserved. He's all they have. That is all they have. I think he set some crazy mark for catches and rushes. Where is it? Basically has touched the ball more than anybody in the NFL. If you're combining carries to catches, the usage is, there's no one else in the NFL does that. And this was a smart deal for him to do. You're going to start seeing smaller deals with more guarantees in the NFL so that they can start mimicking better guaranteed money like the NBA has. So the commonplace in the NBA that you'll see is like a 3-year deal with a player option. So if the player has a lot more power to kind of get out of a raw deal if they think so or they want to move on. And it makes more sense in a league like the NFL because their window of opportunity is much smaller than it would be in the NBA. Granted, the NBA has a lot less players, but the NFL is a much more physically demanding sport. Let me see what those real numbers are for him here. Christian. Yeah. So 3 years in the league. Rushing attempts only. Okay, we'll just go from that. First year, 117, modest. Second year, 219. So another 102 carries. This last year, 287, and that's just rushing attempts. So 287 basic car crashes that he got in, and then add on another 116 catches. So he had back-to-back years in 2018 and 2019 of over 1,000 yards rushing, 100 catches. Incredible. More than 10 touchdowns a year. He had 15 rushing this year. Yeah, this guy deserves a lot of money. And it's going to continue to happen because that's all they got. Again, they paid Teddy Bridgewater to come out, but I mean, hopefully he does well. I don't think they'll do all that great. They're not going to. I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl with Teddy Bridgewater, but they damn sure better pay Christian McCaffrey while he's there. Other news we got: Browns' new uniform. The reason I put on this game in the background that you're seeing. A little Browns-Panthers action. These are not the new Browns jerseys on the screen. It's based on the topic, so yeah. It's relevant. But let's see what these things look like. See if I can throw in some pictures without getting sued. We'll see what happens. Alright, so this is off of their Twitter. It says, true to ourselves, true to our loyal fans, true to who we'll always be. And there's a little video. Oh shit. Hold on. I'm scared to watch this. Oh my god. Oh god. So they got pictures of when the Browns were good, so before color TV. Now they're fast forwarding through a lot of other history. There's not much to celebrate after the 50s. Okay. Bunch of guys, alright. I wonder if they're going to show the highlight of Myles Garrett slamming his helmet over dude's head for the Steelers. Probably not. Okay. Still haven't shown the uniforms. Okay, let's see. Still. Oh my God. Okay, so they look exactly the same. Oh man. Well, they're not terrible. They're very simple. That seems to be the theme with the new jerseys coming out right now. They're going full-on throwback. But, I mean, your team name is named after a color that it isn't even. So, Cleveland Browns, your main color is orange. I mean, I guess orange was already taken, I guess. You can't say you're the orange because Syracuse might get upset. But I don't know what the hell's going on. It's a weird one. I mean, it's classic. It's one of the first franchises. They're named after Paul Brown, one of the original founders. But yeah, Browns going back with an old school look. Buccaneers going back with a little bit of the look they had when they won the Super Bowl with John Gruden way back when. Falcons going back to kind of like a regular old, very simple, stomp the yard type. Or whatever the fuck that movie was with Adam Sandler. Yeah, that one with the prison guards. Rams trade Brandon Cooks to the Texans. That's whatever. A move they never would have had to make. You know what would have been nice is if they made that move and they still had DeAndre Hopkins. Then you'd really be talking about something like, oh, damn, Bill O'Brien's giving Deshaun Watson some weapons here. That would have been really nice. Instead, you're talking about Cardinals getting DeAndre Hopkins and probably going to draft another wide receiver. So they might be stacked. Even though Cardinals really need an offensive lineman, they should go offensive lineman first round. How about the Rams? Cleaning house. No Todd Gurley. No Brandon Cooks. Who else they let go? Saffold from the year before. Roger Saffold, one of the guards. Yeah, they really needed to dump some salary this year. I mean, at least if Brandon Cooks stays healthy for the Texans, he'll do something. He'll play well, but he's never healthy. And it makes no sense. I think they gave up a second rounder for him. Rams agreed to trade. Okay, let's see what that is exactly. Rams agreed to trade Cooks and future four. Yeah, so they got a second rounder for Cooks and a fourth rounder. It's been talked about the NFL draft will obviously all be digital. They're talking about having a secure line where 2 to 3 teams can get on the line and talk a deal out. Though it's probably more so just to confirm the deal with all 3 parties present. These guys are just going to be texting each other back and forth until they can actually get something hammered out. And then once they get it done, they'll all 3-way dial into this secure line or whatever the NFL, whatever that means to the NFL. I guess they're literally just going to dial a phone, which would be hilarious. They should have a camera just on that phone. That would be sick. The trade phone cam. So yeah, other than that, there's not really much more news coming out about the draft other than it's coming up fast. It's next week, and I expect there to be a lot of hiccups. They're talking about giving teams like timeouts, because normally in between picks you have 15 minutes between picks, and that time will vary between rounds, but normally that's about the time you have between. So if there's something that's like, these people are isolated, maybe they don't have a great connection, maybe they lose connection, maybe something happens, I don't know. So supposedly they're gonna let on the big thing they're gonna let the GM and the owner in on the main calls, but I'm sure they'll have owner, GM, head of scouting, coordinators. They'll have a bunch of people on their own face chat, voice chat, Zoom, FaceTime, Facebook Live, whatever going on in the background to make sure that everybody's on the same page when these picks are being made. There will be some problems. So we'll see what happens when the first time the clock runs out on a team who hasn't made a pick but still is claiming like, oh yeah, well we did it, we lost connection. We can't lose our pick, because normally if it was a regular draft then you just let the clock run out. Minnesota Vikings, this has happened to you twice. You lose your pick. You ran out of time. You didn't make the pick. Goes to the next guy. So that could happen quite a bit. They could give a little bit of a leeway, maybe in the first. Maybe they say, hey, first 3 rounds, we'll give you 1 mulligan. You can say, hey, I lost connection, and we'll give you an extra 2.5 minutes, whatever, 3 minutes to fix your problems or whatever you need to do to get your right pick in. But I could see people complaining like, oh yeah, well that wasn't really our pick and we just kind of rushed and we just made the pick. It wasn't, what we normally would have done, so we didn't really mean to do that. Or maybe you see a lot more of players getting traded during the draft after the fact, NBA style. It's like while they're going to put on the hat, the team had just drafted them. Manager leans in, agent leans in. Like, no, dude, you just got traded. Hands him another hat. Going to a different city, that sucks. Literally go from one end of the country to another is really what I'm saying. It's just like, that's messed up to do to a kid who's like 23. But that's all I got for now. Signing off, SportsBall podcast of talking words with sports about things. Hope you enjoy. Catch you next time.